Well, happy Saturday, folks. The real Captain Kirk here. We're live from One Bethlehem Plaza here in downtown Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It was a chilly morning, 31 this morning, and going up to about 58 here this afternoon. Lots of clouds here. Can't believe it's officially spring here, day 2 of spring. So it's winter is in the history books for sure here. We were out at DOMO'Palooza here out in Salt Lake City, Utah, and again a big conference. Got to speak with CEO Josh James of Domo, so it was pretty exciting in front of a couple thousand folks. But again, we'll show a highlight reel here. Video here in the week ahead here. Again, just Styx was there. It was just a really cool event, and these guys really know how to put on a show. Looking at a year-to-date here, so this is through the 21st of March summary here, so this is historical. Rainfall's been the big theme. Again, while there's been periods of rain and thunderstorms, overall we're 30% drier than last year, driest in 16 years, third driest in 40 years, so much below average. So you're hearing about fires in the Carolinas, even New Jersey, New York here this past week, in the Oklahoma, Southwest area. So again, fire is going to be the big theme here again, unfortunately here for 2025. Looking at snowfall again, year to date up 26%, still 12th least in 40 years, so below average. Temperatures down 3.9 versus last year, colds in 3 years, 19th colds in 40 years, so a bit below average. Making up some steam here again with the warmer weather. A lot of that's in the Central Plains, but again, a warmer pattern here for the latter half of March. Look at the weekly fire danger here. This is just out to 7 days here. So elevated to critical risk there in the Central Plains, periods in the Mid-Atlantic. Again, so just the next few days here. Again, diminishes a bit with a storm and then flares up again in the Southwest. Looking at the severe weather here today through the 21st of March here. Obviously had a very big week here this past week. Again, up to about 285 tornadoes, most in 8 years, 88% over last year, 67% above average. Good news here is this is going to lull a bit here again, so we'll diminish these extremely high trends here. But again, a little bit of a lull here the next couple weeks. Hail picked up some ground, but again, still 54% less than last year, 13% below average. Wind cases, again, these are not tornado cases, but just straight line winds with the big storms. Most in 8 years, 111% above average. So again, this tornado activity will probably diminish here over the next couple weeks with the warmer pattern upstream here, and we'll show that in a minute. Look at the 3-day outlook here. Again, some marginal threat there in the Missouri area. That shifts this Sunday into the Texas to Tennessee areas and then diminishes a bit into Monday. So again, not looking for anything like we just had here this past week. Look at the World Week summer here, ending today here, the 22nd of March. 2.3 warmer than last year, warmest in 3 years, 9th warmest in 40 years. That's good. 33% wetter than a year ago, wettest in 3, still 18th driest. Snowfall down about 33%, least in 3 years, so 14th least in 40 years. Again, a theme of colder west, warmer northeast was generally the theme. Anytime you have cold weather to the west and warmer east, that's a signature for some severe weather. So again, you always want to look and see if that cold is upstream from the U.S. to create that battleground. Looking at the 14-day outlook here, again, we can see generally warm trends there in the South Central, in fact, really hot trends in some parts of Texas here. But next big storm system here probably toward the weekend, late this week, heading to the east. Again, don't think there's going to be a huge tornadic outbreak with this system. Another system as we get into early April, the nor'easter-like system here along the East Coast. We'll see. Some models have been trying to hint at a snowstorm here for the northeast New England as we go around April Fool's Day. We'll see here, but looks to be a little bit too mild for any major snow here. But we'll see. Models, even the Euro had been hinting at it. Look at this week here, last full week of March here, week ending the 29th. Warm. Look at all that heat there in the Central U.S., almost wall-to-wall, much above average temperatures across the U.S. 9.4 warmer than last year, warmest in 13 years, 4th warmest in 40 years, so a very warm week for sure. Snowfall down about 75%, least in 3 years, 14th least in 40, and precip also down about 26%, least in 3 years, still 19th wettest, so just a hair above average. So heavy rain there in Texas, they'll take it. Again, hopefully diminish some of these fire threats, but again, that southwest into the western parts of Texas, Oklahoma, again, still some risk for fire activity. If we look at the 6-day snowfall trends here, not much, higher elevations of the west, but overall down about 81%, at least in 4 years. And only about 20% of us getting some snow, but system Sunday, Monday going through the Great Lakes into New England, and then kind of fizzles as we get into Wednesday, Thursday. So the 6-day totals here again. So the theme of a little bit of snow across the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and higher elevations of New England. looking at next week here again, the first 5 days of April. Hard to believe here. It's already talking about April. 2.9, so the trends are not as extreme. 2.9 warmer than last year, warmest in 4 years, 8th warmest in 40 years. Cooler generally along the coast, so East Coast, West Coast are the cool spots. The real hot temperatures there in the Central Plains, the downslope of the Rocky Mountains here. So when you see that signature, again, when you're not looking at a severe weather scenario like we had previously, where you have really cold air in that area and really warm to the east, so it's kind of opposite. So this is not really a severe weather signature here. Rainfall, again, down about 32% versus last year, at least in 4 years, and 20th driest in 40 years. But some heavier rain there in the Pacific Northwest and Mid-Atlantic, maybe Virginia. It looks like a bullseye there, 4 or 5 inches. We'll see if it's quite that high, but they'll take it. That'll help suppress the fire threat that's been here in the Mid-Atlantic as of late. And just aggregating these 2-week trends here, again, 23 March through 5 April. So these are high temperatures over that 2-week period. So still kind of coolish across Canada and maybe Western Europe, but obviously very hot bullseye right there in the center of the United States. Trends versus last year, inset left, and the rainfall trends here for the 2-week period here. So still some snow up there in Canada, so cold and snowy up there still, so they're not thinking spring just yet. And again, if there's any heavier rain here, while the U.S. overall is below average, heavier rain will be there in the Tennessee Valley, Mid-Atlantic, maybe down in Texas. So folks, you have a great week here, and again, we'll have a sizzle reel here of our DOMO'Palooza event here. Again, just epic with the band sticks, you name it. It was just a fantastic AI agentic show. So we'll share that here in a video update here later this week. So have a great week.